Vincent, go ahead. Do this one for me, please. Put our palm together.
Namo Bonsu Tekab Moni Phật.
You do the English one,
Namo
go. You do the English one, go.
Oh, I can't really see the English part of it.
Oh, you cannot see the English?
Oh,
Oh, you cannot see the English?
Oh, I can see it now. Namo Fundamental Teacher Sakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Sakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Sakyamuni Buddha.
Keep going.
The unsurpassed, deep, profound, subtle, wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million eons is difficult to encounter. Now that I've come to receive and hold it within my sight and hearing, I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual meaning.
Okay, thank you. We go ahead and do 1 minute meditation together. Keep your neck straight, your head straight. Inhale and exhale to the nose. You count 1. Inhale and exhale to the nose. You count 2. Keep going. And when you inhale and exhale, just do it naturally. Don't hold your breath. If you see your monkey mind, just go back to your inhale and exhale counting. If you lose track of your counting, just start from 1. Okay. Good. 1, 2, 3. Close your eye and keep your back straight. Okay. All right. Thomas and Vincent, how many you count?
I counted 20.
Nicholas and Kwa?
I counted 36.
21.
Aaron and Bedwin?
24.
15.
And 3.
Christina Law and Nathan?
25.
Sophia? Okay. All right. So let we go ahead and do this. All right. Kwa, can you read the subtitle for me? What?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me do this. All right, you can do it now. Go ahead.
Maternal love and paternal love has always been a divine affection which is incomparable. Since ancient times, people have compared parents nourishing children like seeds in the sky. And there are also children who are fond of nurturing their parents regardless of the months and days, although those were extremely hardship days. In Halmet 6, district of Phungmi, country of Cao, who was filial just like a fairy tale full of humanity. Lei Tang Mom works as a motorbike taxi driver to live in nature and care for his parents. After coming home, he stopped by an outdoor shop. Please sell me a pineapple, two fishes, and 2,000 VND and bean sprouts.
VND that means đồng. In Vietnamese, we call đồng.
Yeah. How much did you make today, but bought so much food? It's a lot, also not a little, around 70, 80,000 Vietnamese dollars. That is good. How are your parents? Yes, my parents are fine, Miss Hai. 37,000. Yes. I forgot to bring money. You can pay me whenever you can.
Okay. In Vietnamese, đồng 20 right now 23,000 đồng equal to $1. Okay. So if he make around 70,000 or 80,000, it's about $3, a little bit more than $3 per day. That's how much he can make.
Yes. Do you have it? I lend your money. No thanks. I will bring back later. It's okay. Leave it there. Pay it when you have it. His family is kind and does not displease even a child. He works and works very hard. In the morning, he buys food for his mother and father, and he must feed his mom piece by piece for her to eat. His father can eat by himself. Every day, he wipes, cleans his parents' bodies before going to work. When he gets back from work, he cooks food for his parents. I was the people here who spread each other about Lai Tang Mom's filial piety and all of his incomplete youthful dreams.
So this is this is his parent. Okay. So
Every afternoon, he finished his work hired by others, and he rushes home. It is a place of deep emotional love and also the driving force in his life. Dad fell down, took x-ray pictures. The doctor said that my dad's back was injured and his sternum was pushed up 2 vertebrae. My family is too poor, so I could not be able to pay for my father's medical treatment. So he lies down on his wooden floor for 19 years, and my mother had a stroke about 2 years ago. Over 70 years of human life, over 77 years, Mr. Tran Nang Huang and Mrs. Nguyen Thi Hong Fu mounted their bodies on this wooden floor. She had a stroke. Her brain was no different as a little child. His dad was still able to recognize, but he was paralyzed. His ears could not be able to hear clearly. The old radio was the only friend. The couple whispers to each other, even though they could not be able to hear each other clearly. That is how they spend their time together. Their great happiness is their only youngest son. Mr. Mom said, at first it was a bit difficult to take care of my parents. Now that I got used to and know how to take care of them. Whenever I have to go to work early, I will clean my parents' body first before going to work. I come home from work around 11 a.m. and cook food for them. In the morning, I usually buy one small bag of cake around 20,000 Vietnamese dollars for parents to eat with milk. At home, there are 3 siblings. My older sister was already married. My older brother also works far away, rarely comes home. The only time that I am not taking care of my parents is when they pass away, but now at least they are still alive. I am not easily giving up upon them. The reporter continued to narrate. As a son, but his house is all provided by him. For Mr. Mom, he can see his parents' daily life is treated him good. It was just that sometimes a man in his 30 seconds was startled by the day when someone asked him about his wife and children. But Mr. Mum said, "My parents are like that when I get married to have children. I don't feel comfortable." When she knows how to empathize and love my parents, she may lend me a hand to help out along the way, long way together. If she does not understand and walk away, then it will be breaking heart for each of us. Furthermore, I don't know whether she loves my parents or not. Otherwise, it is pitiful for her. The reporter continued to narrate. Well, yes, it is true. Mr. Mom has no time to worry about himself. While his mind was devoted to his parents, like every day, now it is time for him to eat. Suddenly remembering a neighbor lady, tonight he has to spray the insects in hot pepper beds in her yard. He works extra hours to earn some money to cover the cost. Suddenly remembering, oh, sorry. The path of his life seemed to be full of thorns and darkness, but also from the brightened a kind heart full of love, which contained the sacrifice of a filial son of love.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Can you summarize the story?
So the man, Mr. Mom, he his parents are like they can't move. They're like his father's paralyzed and his mom can't is like disabled, so they both lay on the ground every day. So Mr. Mom, he takes care of them like as much as he can, even though he has to work really hard every day to make money for his parents. And with the hard work that he does every day, he also uses a lot of time to take care of his parents. even though um, Even though they can't do much, he tries his best to do what he can do, since he can still like move around and help them out. He still stays with them and does whatever he can to keep them sanitary and safe.
Yeah. Nathan. Nathan.
Yes,
So, what do you think about this story?
it's a pretty heartwarming story on how he still cares about them. And
So, what did you learn from this story then?
that he still took care of them when they couldn't do anything, and like his other siblings, they just did nothing to help.
Mm-hmm. But the Christina Võ.
Can you repeat that?
No. I asked Christina Võ. Are you there, Con? Okay. Okay. Christina. So, he is rich or he is poor?
He's poor.
But how could he be able to manage and to take care of his parents with that kind of money?
Because he works hard.
Yeah. Do you think that do we need to have money to take care of parents?
No.
You see, even though when the time is very difficult with the finance as well, whatever, but if we willing to take care of parents and and we can do it, no matter what. Nicholas.
Yes.
So in this movie, what do you think about this movie?
I also agree with their point, and to add on it to what they said, I think
I could not hear you, Kong. Can you say loud?
I think the child who like kind of abandoned their father was only cared about themselves, and didn't care much about their father.
No, but in this movie, no, that he. Do you think he care about his father, parents?
No.
Oh, no. This movie, this
Mm.
monk, he the one who devoted all his time to care for his parents.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he worked very hard every day, right? And he go home early and he cook food for the parents. And before he go to work every day, he have to help his parents to clean them up, right? To clean their body. And you know what? Also include the poo-poo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Change the diaper. Well, they don't have the diaper because he cannot buy them, to have the money to buy those things. But he do it all. He do the personal um, sanitizing, right? As well, everything, include the poo and whatever. So he worked very hard and he try everything to make sure that he um, he uh, he uh, he take care of his parents. And do you see that when he take care of his parents, do you think that he enjoy to doing that, or is that a burden for him?
I think he enjoys to do that because they're his parents, and um if their parents are happy, then they're happy.
And you know what? In the movie, it said that every day I see my parents. That is that means life is you treat me good. That means that the happiness he have it is to see his parents every day. That is the only happiness he have. Okay? The parent happiness is to have him. That means the youngest son. That's what their happiness is. So it's important. Wing, Wing.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you learn from this story, Con?
That you should take care of your parents no matter how busy you are or how old you are.
No matter how your parent is, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, even though in a difficult time, right? You
Yes.
do you think that should we give up on our parents?
No.
Why not? Because if we don't have money, we should give up, right?
Well, they did raise you since you were young, so you shouldn't give up on them and help them back.
Yeah, because they did not give up on us. Why should we give up on them, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Never give up. Okay, thank you. All right. Vincent.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say that in the future, if our parent, we don't want our parent to be in the bad situation, but never know, right? We never know. But even though they are like that, and if we have a chance to take care of our parents, do you think that is a burden?
No.
Should we think around without, let's say, because you have 3 siblings, right? 3 brothers. So should we put this thing to the older one to take care?
No, we should all put our share in.
Let's say that
Like we should all
they do not want to take care. So do you think you willing to take care by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's just like in a movie, right? The 2 older brother and sister, they do not help him, but he willing to do it because Aaron.
Yes.
Okay, what do you think about this movie?
The man, he really cares for his parents, so he takes his time and takes care for them.
So we don't have to. Do we need to have a lot of money to take care of them?
No, you just need like the dedication and determination to help them.
let's say that if you have a chance to take care of them at home, and but there is also another option that we can put them into the nursing home. Which one we prefer to do so? Aaron?
Say it again.
Okay. That means in the future, well, right now, in our society, right now in the U.S., we have a chance that for the old people, they can go to the nursing home, right? Is that
Yeah.
a good thing to let our parents in there?
Yes, necessarily. If you're sometimes busy.
Okay, you know what did the nursing home look like?
I've heard of it, but like haven't seen what it looks like inside.
Okay, now let me tell. I will tell you, because when I in California, I have a godmother. She she doesn't have a family. She she in the nursing home, and this is how the nursing home look like. Because they have that means one nurse take care about more than 10 patients or even more than that, and that means if the patient need help, do you think that they will come over right away, Aaron?
No.
No. And let's say that you know what, sometimes they don't want, because they work so many hours during the day. Do you think that they have the energy to take care of everyone equally, everyone with all the energy, or because they do it for the money? What do you think, Aaron?
They do it for the money.
And do you think that they would be the good candidate to take care of our parents?
No.
No. And you know what? Sometimes they abuse the old people. And when you go into the nursing home, if you see that, it's no different than the hell. You know what? A lot of old people, when they in the nursing home, you know what does that mean? It means that at the beginning, the children or the family member, they come and visit one a week or two a week, you know, and later on maybe one a month, or maybe one in a few months. Is that a good thing or bad thing, Thomas?
Bad thing.
Why bad thing?
Your parents will feel like because they're growing old, they will soon to forget you, and plus you're not really sharing your gratitude toward them or compassion at all. You're leaving them there to rot in pain without seeing their family ever again. And because you're busy with your own life, you don't care for their life since they take care of you. Yeah.
The most saddest nowadays, you know what? When we put our parents, well, sometimes it's very difficult for the children to take care because we are very busy with our work, our family, right? But that is not the excuse. We cannot use that excuse because they sacrifice everything for us, and now we use that excuse and we put them into the very uncomfortable situation like the nursing home. The nursing home is the worst place that you want to think about it. Okay. There are many different type of nursing home. They also have the upper class nursing home. That means you have to spend a lot of money. That is different. Yes, they will take a good care of the patient, but you know what? We don't have that money to pay for it. And usually, if we go with the regular nursing home, that means the government pay for it, but that means they pay very minimum, and that means the service become very good or very bad. And real. Andrea? Andrea, are you there, Ron? Paul. Paul, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. So the question here is, the nursing home is it's not the good place to to put our parent there. If we want to, because the government they only pay very minimum, right? To pay for to go for the medical bill for the patient, and of course that means when we have the cheap service, that means the service will become very poor, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know.
If we have a chance to take care of them, will we make sure that because we are also very busy, if we don't come and visit them often, they would suffer. When they suffer, what kind of suffering will they get?
They'll feel lonely.
Emotional, right? As well, what kind of emotional suffering do they have?
Don't.
Okay, it's okay. Go. Let's. All right. What?
Yeah.
What kind of emotional they have? Emotional suffering they have?
Like if you don't come back often to visit them,
Yeah.
like I feel like maybe a bit of anxiety, like they worry about you and they're worrying that to see if like you're okay, because like in the also like in the video, like the parents were saying like how their number one like they love their youngest son the most, so they want to make sure he's doing well. So like if we don't like visit our parents, then I feel like they might have a bit of anxiety and they're gonna be worrying if we're okay or not and how we're doing in our life.
Okay. But in the video it's different because he take care his parent at home, right? That is different. But what about if we put the parent into the nursing home? What kind of suffering relate to the emotional? What is the emotional suffering?
I think maybe if we put them into like a nursing home, then they might feel like we don't want to like take care of them and we don't
We abandon them.
Yeah.
We abandon them, and what else? What else? The emotional they have. Nathan.
Yes.
What kind of emotional suffering will they have when we put the parent into in the nursing home?
They would be lonely and they would think that we have no time or we don't care for them by putting them in there.
We abandon them, right? And what about the physical suffering will they get? Nicholas. What kind of physical suffering will they get when we put them in the nursing home?
Well, they're gonna get depressed and they're probably not gonna do well with their physical life. They're gonna not be motivated to do things, so they won't eat as much or something like that.
And also in there, the nurse will, or the channel, the one who clean our parent, they will abuse our parent. This happen a lot in nursing home. They will abuse the patient. Let's say the patient is a little bit irrigated. Irrigated means it's of course when the patient is they don't feel good with their health, right? That means they have a certain kind of little bit difficult behavior. And you know what? When the patient that kind of behavior, of course the one who help them to clean take care of them, they will abuse the parent. This is usually happen in the nursing home. So nursing home is not a good place to put our parents in. Remember that. Okay. John Võ.
Yes.
Is it an honor to take care of our parents?
Yes, it is an honor for our parents.
That is it's an honor, right? It's not a burden, right?
No, it's an honor.
Why it's an honor but not a burden? Why is that?
Because our parents have literally taken care of us for most of our life. So it's pretty much an honor to take care of them for what they've given us.
Okay, when we say that, when we have the mentality of think about that in the way that they are, is it an honor to take care of our parents? It means that it's a blessing to take care of our parents because they are the one who sacrifice everything. When we have that, should we pushing to the other sibling to take care? Andrew? Andrew, are you there? Okay, Khoa. Khoa? Are you there, Khoa? Okay. Nicholas,
Yes,
is it an honor to take care of parents?
I think so.
Right? It's an honor, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but if that means you have your sister as well. So is that a good thing to put the burden on the other people?
No, but I don't think it's a burden. I think they would enjoy it if, our siblings actually cared.
But let's say that our sibling doesn't want to take care. Will we take care of that?
Well, if they did, they probably had a good reason, but if they didn't, they're probably selfish. And
Let's say that I'm assume. If they do not want to take care, whatever the reason is, will we take care of them?
yes,
What happened if your wife doesn't like you to take care of your parents? What should you do?
I mean, the wife isn't a good wife, and I get a new wife. I don't know.
Okay. I will help you to answer this question. This is a very important question. Before I answer it, I want to hear from everyone. Aaron.
Yes.
So let's say that you have a chance to take care of your parents, but your wife doesn't want to take care of them. What should you do?
Maybe try convincing her to
This is very tough. Very tough. Very tough to deal with it. If we have the spouse who do not understand and share the same value with us, it will be very difficult. So the first thing, because you are still young, right? When you later on, when you get married, the first thing you need to find a spouse that who share the same value with you. That means the family value. That is the most important. If they don't have the same value with you, doesn't matter what kind of convincing you try to do. They say no, it means no. And you know what? It will be a lot of trouble within your you and your wife or you and your husband relationship. Now that makes sense to you, Thomas?
Yes, yes.
So tell me, how do we do this? If your wife say no,
Oh, are you talking to me?
yes, sir.
Well, what we can do is that we could talk to our or if I had a wife, I would talk to her, ask her would she abandon her parents? Would she take care of them? And then that's when she would answer honestly, right? And she would have to look back and be like, oh, her parents, like, as well. That's why, that, like, give her a good reason of why. And if she doesn't like agree, well then I guess divorce. Yeah. Well, technically in the beginning, your family should love, like, like when we pick a girlfriend or a wife, your family has to know and see if she's the perfect one before, if anything. So yeah.
Yeah, you don't wait until that you do the divorce. It's not good, right? Because when you have children, you don't want to divorce, right? Your children will be affected. That is bad, right? So we have to think about this at the beginning. We don't want that thing that happened, right? Let's see. Nathan.
Yes.
Try to help me to understand this. If you have a wife right there and she say no, what should you do?
I would try talking it out with her and asking her if she was in my position, she would probably do the same. And hopefully that works.
Okay, you unmute, you unmute. I can hear you. Unmute. Okay, go ahead.
I would tell her if she was in my position, she would have done the same thing.
Okay. But you know what? If that's the case, that also you will create the conflict with your wife, right? Is that true, Nathan? Even though you try to convince her, but that means you also cause the relate. You will harm your relationship with her. Is that true, Nathan?
Yeah.
I will tell you how to deal with it in the good way. But before that, I want to hear from everyone. Kwa, are you there, Ka?
Yeah.
So tell me, if you are in this situation, if your wife, let's say that, I just assume, you want to take care of your parents, and your wife say no, what should you do?
I would probably, like Nathan said, I would probably just tell her see it in my shoes, and I feel like obviously I would say that I would want to take care of my parents, and she would probably want to do the same thing.
Okay. Okay. Before I answer it, should we treat the parent on both sides equally? Why?
Yes, you should.
Why we need to do that?
Because if you don't treat your spouse's parents the same, then it'll cause problems with your spouse, and then it'll cause a lot of stress to both sides of the family.
Right. Right. Okay, Ben Nguyên.
Yes.
So what do you think? If later on you get married, right? Your spouse said no, he doesn't want to take care of your parents. What should you do?
I would try to talk it out first, but if he doesn't agree, divorce me?
No, we won't want that happen.
Yeah.
We don't want that happen, right? Divorce is not a good way. It's not a good way because if we have the children, right? Children will be we will affect negatively on the children. That is not a good solution. Okay. Now let me say you my solution. This is not the best solution, but I think it's okay solution. Okay. Before you get married, If you plan to get married, you make sure you find a spouse that you make sure you understand each other, and this you have to when you know each other before get married, make sure that you bring this topic up, okay? To make sure that they share the same value with you, and you should always think like this: treat the parent of both sides equally. Because why? The reason is, without the parent from the spouse, you don't have the spouse. And without your parent, you are not here today. That's why you need to treat them equally. And when I say treat them equally, that means you find time to serve them equally. And whatever you give to your parent, you give the same thing to your spouse parent as well. To be fair, right? So that's how you show the respect to the spouse parent, and that and when before you get married, you make sure the spouse share the same family value the way you have. If they okay with it, then you can go ahead and you go forward with your yes, you go ahead and you get married with with that person. If not, then you say, okay, because we do not have the same value, then and you can stop right there before they go into any further, because we don't want we end up to divorce, right? That is a bad scenario. We don't want to happen. Now, what happened? Let's say that you are in the situation that you already get married, and now you want to take care of your parents, and your wife doesn't, or your husband doesn't want to help you out to take care. What should we do? This is what you can do. Well, you try your best with whatever you can. You serve them. If you cannot take your parents to live with you, whatever the reason is, try to move them nearby you and live nearby you, so you can be able to come there and visit them often. When you do that, make sure you also care, concern about your spouse parent as well, because you want to make sure that when I take care of my parent, I also want to take care of your parent as well. Even though you don't take care of my parent, but I will do it anyway. I want to show my respect to your parent as well. So when you show by the action, you don't go by the verbal, because the verbal you could cause the conflict and the argument, and you know what? The end result will be fighting, and end result will be divorce. We don't want that to happen. So if you try to convince her at the beginning, if she say no or he say no, that's okay. We respect them. We don't want to force them to do anything if they don't like it. That's fine. It's okay. Now you go ahead and do your own, and do on your side as well what you do on the outside. You respect on the outside as well. And you know what? Gradually, your action, your sincere action can change the other person's mind. We don't want to change other person by teaching them. No, we only change them by our action. Does it make sense to you, Thomas? Thomas?
Yes, yes, yes.
So what you understand from my explanation? Thomas?
When we take care, oh wait, you're talking about like taking care of our parents, right?
Okay, I just give you my view. So what do you think? What do you understand from my view?
Um, I don't know.
Good. Nathan, do you understand my view?
Not a lot. I understand it a bit though.
Okay, let me set it. Let me say it slowly so you can understand. Okay, first thing, in order to have any further or future problem, We want to avoid a future problem as much as we can. Not all, but at least we minimize the problem in the future by doing what? That means right now you understand because you have the family value, right? That means family value, that means we need to respect our parents. That is the most important. That is an honor. It's not the duty. It was not the burden, but it's an honor. It's a blessing. That is the first thing we have to have that mentality. The second, that is the family value we have. And when you want to get married and you find your spouse, right? Before you go into get married, that means we have to understand each other, and that means you want to make sure your spouse share the same value. That means she also respect the parent, her parent as well as our parent. We do the same. We share that kind of value to the spouse, and make sure she or he um, do also have the same value. Then we go ahead and get married with that person. Does that make sense so far, Nathan and Thomas?
Yes, that makes sense. Yeah.
Any problem with that, Nathan?
Can you repeat that? You cut out for me.
Oh, cut out. Did you understand what I just said ago?
Yeah, a bit.
Oh, you have a connection problem?
Yeah, a bit. I have a small connection problem.
Thomas, can you hear me clear?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, let me repeat one more time. That means the family value is we respect the parent. That is the family value you should have. And not only your own parent and the parent of the other side as well. So when you want to get married, that means you need to know your spouse well enough that make sure he or she need to have the same value, the family value like you. Does it make sense so far?
Yeah,
Nathan?
that makes sense.
Okay. If she or he does not share the same value, then we should not go forward. We stop right there. That means you don't wait until get married and find out they share the same value or not. Then that's already too late because you will divorce, and that is not a good solution. Quiet.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. Now let's say that if we in the situation that we already get married and somehow our spouse doesn't want to take care of our parents, should we force them to do so? Aaron?
Can you repeat it again?
Did you understand I say you the family value yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's say that we in the situation that we get married, right? And later on we want to take care of our parents because they get old, right? And let's say somehow the spouse doesn't want to take care of our parents, right? Should we force them to do so?
No.
Okay. Then what should we do? This is what you should do. Okay. If the wife or the husband doesn't want our parent to live in the same house with us, it's okay. What we can do, we can make sure our parent live nearby us. Maybe in the same town, the same city, that not too far from us. Maybe driving for 5 minutes or 10 minutes the most. If they need help, we can come right away. And we should come check on them very often. I'm talking about few times a week to make sure and not only physically visit them, but call them often. So we make sure that they are comfortable. And when we have a chance to take care of our spouse parent, we should do the same thing regardless he or she doesn't take care of our parent. We don't mind to because it's a very blessing to take care of the parent either side, right? We do it equally. Does that make sense, Aaron?
Yeah, Ty.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. So Nicholas. So you understand so far?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So now let's say that your spouse doesn't want to take care of your parent, and I just told you that you can if they don't want our parent to live in the same house, it's okay. You can move them to find a place for them to live nearby us, not too far, maybe 5 or 10 minutes driving. It's okay. That's all right. And we should check on them very often. Either come and visit them or call on them to make sure that they okay every week, a few times maybe. And let's say that if your spouse doesn't help you to take care of your parent, but when their parent have problem, they need help, so what should you do?
I think we should take care of them too. And maybe if we do, they'll have a change of heart and start to care about our parents.
That is a good mentality. Doesn't matter they want to take care of our parent or not. If they not, it's okay. In order to win her heart, right, we take care of them equally. So that means we can change the outbound view, right? So they will be that. After that, they will respect us even more, and they will love our parents even more. And that's how you can change it. The negative affinity we have with them in the past. Later on, you will learn about this, the negative and positive commit affinity. Okay, you will understand this in depth. Paul.
Yes.
So you understand so far what we just discussed?
Yeah. But
And now,
but the internet kind of lucky, so I hardly hear.
oh, you cannot be able to hear them all, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay, next time I will hook up the internet, so I want to make sure that we don't have I hope it's not on my side, right? I'm not too sure. Ben Nguyên, did you hear me well? Ben Nguyên?
Yes.
Okay. Ryan.
Yes.
Oh, you came in a little bit late on, but you understand what we discussed so far?
A little bit.
Okay, let's say that later on we watched a good movie, very good movie that you missed. Because this this man, he's very poor, and his parents is paralyzed, and they lie on the floor for many years, and but he still even though he's very poor, but he still devotes his time to take care of his parents every day and clean them up and cook the food for them, and take care of them until the end of the day before he can be able to eat for himself. So he spent most of his time for his parents. He only go to work, and after work he return right away and to take care of the parent. And he very joyful to see the parent every day, even though in a very difficult situation. You understand so far?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Okay, let's say that in the future, if somehow your spouse, that means your wife, doesn't want to take care of your parents, what should you do?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember, our parents sacrifice everything for us. They are the most important. When our parents gone, right? They gone forever. You cannot find another parent. Just remember that. Keep in mind. Everything else you can find, but the parent you have only one in one lifetime. If in this situation, I just explained to the group because you went in a little bit late. That I don't know how much you hear. Did you hear from me? So if in this situation, then you just move your parents live nearby you. If they don't want, your wife doesn't want your parents to live in the same house, it's okay. Find the home nearby find a place nearby your house, so you can come and check on them every week, right? That means a few times a week, physically as well as the phone, right? So make sure they okay, and doesn't matter your wife want to take care of them or not. You the one should take care of them. Okay. And you don't force your wife to do it. You just convince her. If she say no, you respect her response. It's okay. You don't have to force her to do that. But you are the one, because this is your duty. This is the children's duty to take care of our parents. This is an honor. This is the blessing. So then you just take care of them. And when your wife parent need help, right? We should also happy to help them, because doesn't matter our wife doesn't help our parent doesn't mean that we care less about her parent. No, we should take this opportunity to win her heart. That means you'll be able to win her heart by take care her parent. The same time you take care of your parent. Does that make sense, Ryan?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. So when you use the love and kindness and to deal with your loved one, and you will gain the blessing, and this blessing is it become the virtue. Okay, it's important. Otherwise, if the time is gone and you cannot come back, right? And when the parent gone, you cannot be able to have another chance to take care of them. So try not to put the parent into the nursing home if you could. If you have another option, doesn't matter how much you have to pay for it, whatever the cost you have to pay to take care of them, we should do that. Because when we are the children, right, they pay everything for us, regardless whatever the cost, right? They sacrifice themselves, everything physically as well as mentally. Does that make sense to you, Kwa?
Yeah.
This is important. Otherwise, if we don't respect our parents, this is a very bad karma. The number one good karma, that means the number one wholesome deed, that is the 100 out of 100 good deed. The one who respect the parent and serve the parent with kindness, that is the number one good deed. But the number out of 100 bad deed, the number one bad deed, what we call the number one unwholesome deed, the one who do not respect the parent. Does it make sense to you, anyone? We don't want to put ourselves in that situation. Okay. Any question for me? Anyone? Wing, you understand, right? God? Aaron, you understand? Aaron?
Yes.
Vincent and Thomas?
Yeah.
Yes.
Christina Val, you understand, God?
Yes.
Okay. So okay, yesterday I teach the same subject to the younger kids, and there was she's only sixth grade, and she asked me how do I take care of my parents, and I said the story I take care of my mom, even though my mom in Vietnam, but I be able to have a chance to take care of that when she in the coma. So I spend time in the because I cannot when she was sick, I fly back right away to Vietnam, and I stay in the I go back and forth in the hospital because my house is only 10 minutes distance walking to the hospital, and every day I only have 2 hours to sleep, 2 or 3 hours is the most to sleep, and I spend time to take care of her. And you know what? 3 days before the Lunar New Year, the doctor told me that you should take your mom back home because at the New Year there ain't no doctor, there ain't no nurse, and you know what? We give up on your mom because she in the coma, and we nothing we can do about that. And you know what? And also the one I also hire a helper to help me while I'm not there because I have to go back to eat lunch. After lunch, I go back to the hospital again. So every day I do that. And you know what? She also said that I want to go back to home to enjoy the Lunar New Year. I said okay, that's fine. So you know what? And the only thing left up is I'm the one who take care of my mom during that 10 days. Every 2 hours, I roll my mother back to clean her back and to make sure that she okay. And every 2 hours. And also I take care of her diaper, right? That means I have to clean everything. I do everything. I don't feel disgusting because we come from there anyway, right? The mom give birth to us from there. Nothing is disgusting when we take care of parents. Remember that. Don't think that it's very dirty. No, never have that mentality. We should happy that we have a chance to take care of them. This is the very valuable moment that because once it's over, you cannot be able to do that. So after 10 days, that means the helper came over. I came back to take care of my mom. So I have to fly back to the U.S. because I have to go to work, right? I cannot take the long vacation. I have to provide the money for all the medical care for it's very high cost. But I care less about myself. Whatever it takes, I'm willing to pay. You know what? So I did, and you know what? When I went back, I already willing to. I know that my mom could pass away not too long. I already have the funeral service package already, but when I came back here, I worked 15 or 16 hours a day to return to pay the gratitude to my company because they provide me 1 month with paid vacation. Even though I just started a company, I just worked for this company only 7 months. So they treat me good. That's why I repay them. But at the same time, even though I work so long hour every day, but I still find my own time on the weekend to pray for my mom. And you know what? Only 2 months after that, we be able to find a good hospital, and we bring to the hospital. And the first 10 days, the doctor be able to recover my mom. They took her from coma into the consciousness. That means out the coma. Okay. When we have the sincere heart to take care of our parents, when we have a sincere heart to pray for our parents, everything could happen. And my mom be able to remember everything, and she very just like normal, just like before she went into the coma. And but the only thing is she paralyzed. And whatever I do, I hire the physical therapy to help her, but she could not be able to endure the pain. That's why I cannot help her to get out paralyzed. But she lived for 5.5 years more, and every week I call home 2 or 3 times to talk to her and to tell her the Buddhist story and help her to learn Buddhism, and after that she passed away in peace. See, when you have a time, when you have a heart and willing to do it, Doesn't matter what kind of condition it is, even difficult time, we can do it. When you have the mind and heart put together, you can do it. But if you don't have the mind and heart put together, even though you have even though the mom in the not that difficult situation, but you still not want to take care of them. Does it make sense to you, Paul and everyone?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so be careful. We always respect our parents in the right way. Khoa and Nicholas, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Khoa. Okay, I will. We will finish today, and before we finish, I want. Uh, mm, okay, all right, Nicholas, go ahead and read this one. Go.
May every living being, our minds as one and radiant with light, share the fruits of peace with hearts of goodness, luminous and bright. If people hear and see how hands and hearts can find in giving unity, may their minds awake to great compassion, wisdom, and to joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow leave their grief and pain. May this boundless light break the darkness of their endless night. Because our hearts are one, this world of pain turns into paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise.
Okay, thank you, Gong. Remember, we want to make sure our heart always compassionate, right, to everyone. Of course, include our parents. That's important. Okay, thank you, everyone. Okay, Nam Mô Di Đà Phật ha. Nam Mô Di Đà Phật.
Ai Phật thầy, cảm ơn.
Đi được phải chào thầy.